Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're doing Bretonnia, aren't we? We're doing more Bretonnia campaign. It's gonna be great, because there's stuff to kill, probably, maybe. Hopefully, maybe these guys, maybe Mary Jackson. Got to catch her at some point. That'd be good, because she's been loitering a lot. I don't like loitering. Bloody teenagers loitering in my seeds. So Imrik du Bois is going to go do a bit of treasure hunting. You know, just have a full stack, but it's a good stack. You know, this is a good army. Although new paladin, but this is a pretty good army that she's got in tow. So we're going to see what she's capable of. Of course, potential for lots of monsters and crazy stuff because it's Rakarth's faction, and who knows what he has been recruiting. So we'll see. We'll see. We might even bump into Rakarth himself. But it actually seems the Norskins are loitering as well. They might be a bigger threat than Rakarth as we push up this way, depending on what they want to do. We'll see. Also, I was hoping to have Louen Leoncoeur go and help Karl Franz, but instead we sent Chilfroy to do it instead. So, I mean, he's from Baston, right? Chilfroy? Actually, wait, that's Beaumont. Baston, he's from Artois, isn't he? Yeah, he's from Artois, Chilfroy. Anyway. Yeah, he's not quite. He's not a neighbour. He's just not a neighbour of the Empire. But whatever, he's coming to come help, which I guess is a good thing that he's not a neighbour of the Empire because it means that he's got no real stake in it. Because there's always border disputes between the dukes that reside on the border with the Empire. There's always little skirmishes between the Empire and Bretonnia, between sort of local barons and things, very local conflicts. You know, nothing major. You know, the king and the emperor do try and keep this stuff in check. Can't have any major scandal. But there is territory that's up for dispute, and local lords are going to lord locally. So, you know, there is that. But yeah, Chilfroy wouldn't have been a part of any of those, most likely, given the fact that he's not on the border. So it means he's a good one to come in here and help without any of the local barons that are mounting an offence. Being offended by Chilfroy being here, helping. So, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. So, Fey Enchantress. She's still loitering. Oh, actually, we should give her the Defenders of the Fleur-de-Lis. Because we did get the write-up from them, remember? And they do come, you know, to support the Fey Enchantress. That's very much their thing. So, we'll get them there. I think that's nice to have. I do need to check the Fey Enchantress, actually, because... Nope, she has managed to get all of her Troths done. That's brilliant. So, we can get cheap Grail Guardians and things. So, that's nice. I like that. And we could give her some armour, couldn't we? Yeah, I'm actually going to give her the armour of the Silvered Steel. I think. The gleaming, all-encasing suit of armour is light, but still grants the wearer a heavy degree of protection. So the idea of her wearing, you know, some dainty elven armour, I think is a good idea, but it will double her armour, which is incredibly beneficial. You know, that's incredibly useful. She also has a relic sword, pigeon plucker pendant, really? Now, let's give you a ward save, because we will actually want her in combat, is the thing. Because we have Morgana's mirror, we have the Chalice of Potions, we have Silveron, which is the proud and noble unicorn, elevates the Enchantress above her host, and all may see and be strengthened by her blessed presence. We are missing something, aren't we? Or are we? Hang on, what gives her Mists of the Lady, or does she just have that? No, she doesn't. How do we get Mists of the Lady? I think it's Mists of the Lady, it's something like that. Power Familiar, Secrets of the Grail, Girdle of Gold. We'll get her a girdle. I'm pretty sure she's supposed to have an ability that that has like a Mortis Engine effect, but I don't know where that is. And oh wow, 10% ward save for all prophetesses and damsels. That's really good. She's got some great abilities here. She really does. Wonderful. Okay, so anyway, I don't know where that ability is. That I mean, she's got it in multiplayer. I'm very confused. Don't know where it is. Very odd. But, oh well. Whatever. It's fine, I guess. It's a pain, but... She seriously not have it? No. Oh, there it is, Miss the Lady. There we go. That's it. I think she just has it by default then. I don't think it's tied to an item. But that's fine. That's fine. We found it, guys. I just forgot where the bloody ability was. But no, she does have it. So basically, if she's in melee, all enemies around her will take damage. Not because she's attacking them in melee, it's just everything around her will take damage over time, which is really good. Also lowers melee attack. But we've got to be in melee for that to take, you know, hold. So she needs to get into the fight to be able to wear down everything around. So we will want to get her into a fight. And for that, we want to make sure she's a bit protected, so the extra armor is nice, you know, the extra ward save is nice. It'll just keep her in that fight for a lot longer. She does have, obviously she's got her Earth Blood to heal up things, but we don't really want to be relying on that a huge amount, so, you know, we'll see. But yeah, I was sure that was tied to an item, but nah, just part of her being the Lady Pope. Yep, I'm sticking with Lady Pope. Anyway, so you've moved, everyone's moved. We're at the end of the turn, let's crack on.
Bretonnia flowers in true splendor. Tales shall be told of your chivalric deeds for years to come. As our borders expand, so our code of chivalry spreads with it. Do not relent, for Bretonnia will be the beacon of light in this ever-crumbling world.
Good stuff. So we have reached 1200, which is pretty good. I'm impressed that we got there. So our lands prosper under your chivalrous rule, yet evil still breeds in every corner. Many look to destroy Bretonnia. Well, we did declare a lot of wars, but none of them have really made much of an impression on me, if I'm honest. And their power grows as quickly as our own. Stave off their advances and unite the banners of Bretonnia with your chivalric actions. And Athalorn should like us a bit more now. Arguelon has made a move, but they're so passive in their wars. But sometimes they attack, and I don't want them to attack any times. I don't want to have to babysit just on the off chance they do. So, you know, luckily Paravan is a good buffer, but still, at some point we will want Paravan under our control. So, right. The insular Azrai are powerful allies, yet dreadful, relentless enemies if provoked. So must be treated with reverence and respect around the diplomatic table. Because they're still elves, so they are, although they're not high elves, they are still quite arrogant. So, and the errantry war, Bretonnia flowers in true splendour. Tales shall be told of your chivalric deeds for years to come. As our borders expand, so our code of chivalry spreads with it. Do not relent, for Bretonnia will be the beacon of light in this ever-crumbling world. And we'll get a ton of money for it. And we've already got a ton of money from that last objective, so that's good. I like money in tons. Tonnage is the best denomination of money. And you got a level up. Alright, Archie, what should we get you? Let's get you more stabbing. Good boy. So, can't reach Mary Jackson. I think I'm just going to ignore him now. Fey Enchantress, let's get you something. Yep, something. I mean, some Knights of the Realm would be great, wouldn't it? We can't get many, because global recruitment's expensive. How far north have I got to go? Quite far north. Yeah, I'll have to go all the way to Baston before I can get questing knights. Although, I just realised, if I could save up some money for once, I could actually get Pegasus, which would be fantastic. A bunch of Pegasus Knights would be great for the Fey Enchantress, just because they're so elegant, you know. They really suit her. And, okay, we're good there.
Definitely not.
Oh, Eva. So, it happened. Edmund von Leibwitz took Grunberg, of course he did. So the borders of the provinces have moved somewhat. And actually, that would have cut off... no, Ubersreich is there. I was going to say it would have cut off Ubersreich. Because actually, the way the roads are situated, Ubersreich is basically at the path to Karakazgaraz. That's where it's supposed to be. It's a little bit far up. Where it is on this map, I would say is more similar to Bogenhafen. Is it Bogenhafen? I think it's Bogenhafen. Anyway, Ubersreich should be slightly further down. It's just better spaced for playing the game, I guess. I don't know. Either way, it's a little bit weirdly situated. But whatever, it's fine. Right, let's go to Camperbed. But yes, Eben's taken it, and that has supposedly cut off Karakazgaraz from everything else, which is amusing. Right, Vlad and Isabella are both here. So Schilfroy is actually likely to get some pretty good bonuses from attacking these
My
people.
reputation precedes
I say people loosely.
Slay them.
Okay, that's surprising actually. I'm quite surprised by the balance of power here. But so be it. I guess we're going to fight it. Let's fight old Vladdy Daddy. Alright, so if I remember correctly, I forget the details. I think Isabella von Karstein was actually the legitimate daughter of the Elector Count of Sylvania, back before it was an undead hellscape. And that's how Vlad von Karstein sort of started the whole Sylvania being an undead hellscape, because he married into the family. Obviously not claiming to be a vampire, claiming to be some foreign gentleman. And everyone was besotted with him. Very charming guy. And so once that Elector Count died, he took over. And because of his connection through marriage. And why he was in charge and not Isabella, I have no idea. Because there are Elector Countesses. But whatever. It's all good. Although now, I can't quite think if Isabella actually was or not. Either way, she loved him. Obviously got the blood kiss. And basically her character exists as a sort of support character to Vlad. Which I think is a bit of a pity. But, certain romances I think are good in a story. So long as that's not the rule, that all female characters have to be, to exist in order to make some other character story more enticing. Because that's boring, Where's the fun in that? So, that was nice of them. They just used, God, what's that spell called? It's a spell that only exists in, item form. So I always forget what it's called. But yeah, they just dropped a bunch of rocks on their own troops, which is really nice of them. Okay, let's debuff them all with Curse of Anarir. And let's overcast Wissen's Wild Form, so all of our guys get a cheeky bonus. I like cheeky bonuses. Best kind of bonus. A cheeky one. And let's use a Flock of Doom. So, Vlad's in here somewhere. Supposedly. There he is. Yeah, whittling them all down, but I mean, it's not going to be easy, guys. It's not going to be easy. Smite them! We're about to lose our Grail Reliquae. Probably, yeah, we lost it. That's disappointing. Those things are pretty few and far between. They are pretty rare. They are pretty rare. Okay, you back up. Yeah, they're still going. And I'm not going to let them run off. Knights of the Realm! And, oh no. Shieldfroy is a little bit surrounded. Oh, you get out of there, mate. Let's get everyone out. I say everyone. Let's get our characters out. And, ooh. Oh, wow, yeah, you guys are just shredding that corpse cart. Okay, good stuff. It's only the casters left. And I am quite happy just to bog them down with our peasants. We have a lot of armor piercing with these men-at-arms. So I think that's quite a good shout. Okay. So we'll whittle him down. He doesn't heal like nobody's business is the problem. I would like to get that vampire away from him. And, oh, yeah, some arrow fire. I gotta say our archers are... They're doing some impressive work, I gotta say. Like, line of sight issues are common in this game, but Today, nothing. Nothing. They don't care. Although I feel like I just charged in and that's doomed us. Okay, let's do Wiston's Wild Form. So everyone gets extra armor and base weapon damage. That way, Shield Throw is hitting quite hard. We can use the Helm of Discord to lower their combat stats again, which is wonderful. Yeah, I really just want to kill this this vampire. There she goes. Now we can focus on Vlad. That's the thing, Vlad regenerates so much. There we go, now he's disintegrating. That's the thing, Vlad regenerates so much, he is so hard to kill. You're better just making him suffer army losses by getting rid of the value from the rest of his army. Just kill everything else, and he'll die quicker than if you just try and fight him. So, you see, works quite well. And there goes Vlad. So this is going to allow Shilthroy, I believe, to just have a pathetic wound recovery time. That's all good. We can liberate. So we do have the... there's a mod I've got installed for sort of diplomatic options, which does let me do stuff like this, but only if the faction has been destroyed, which is the annoying thing. So these guys become a military ally, which I don't really want. Like, I'm doing this for Karl, not for me. But fine. Also, it's Kemperbad, not Talabheim, so now if I attack Talabheim, you know, I'm going to raise it. I'm going to raise it. I'm going to attack Talabheim, and I'm going to give Talabheim back to Talabekland, okay? We're going to reawaken Talabekland with their capital, not Kemperbad. Because we'll only be able to do this if the faction is destroyed. We won't get the option once we have Kemperbad back in their hands. We'll only be able to destroy it, and that doesn't feel right to me. So we're going to raise it.
Attack!
And there we go. Wound recovery time, -4. Down, but probably not out, as you cannot really kill what doesn't truly live. And we get a potion of healing for Shilthroy as well. That's really good. So less likely to die now. So this potion knits bones, seals flesh, and staunches the flow of blood from mortal wounds. Pretty impressive.
That would be madness.
It would be, wouldn't it? It would be. I'm not really sure what she's talking about, but I don't want to be rude. So, he's got all his vowels, so we're good to do something now. Stand your ground, that's what I like. I like that one. It's my favourite. Also, Danette of the Bread. Let's get you a thing. And Mathieu de Castillon. Boop. There was a kid at school called Mathieu. His mother was French, but no one could pronounce his name, so it became Matcha. Everyone would call him Matcha. Like it was spelt, I don't know, M-A-T-C-H-A, just Matcha.
I have seen your heart.
Which, yeah, just must have been infuriating, but, you know. Oh well. Silly English speakers, eh? What are we like? So, Castle Carcassonne. Let's do that. Wonderful. Fey Enchantress. Do want to get some new toys, ideally, but I also don't want to spend all the money. Yeah, I'm going to spend all the money. Alright, Louen. Come on. Come on, mate. I was about to have him garrison in someone else's territory. That's not how that works. But yeah, I'm going to have him come in and help deal with these miscreants. And I'm going to have the Fey Enchantress possibly retake Bouillon, because it'll probably get taken by this jerk. But whatever, it's fine. I'll do it if I have to. Until then, though, let's get you some knights. So I won't go questing knights. Let's get a bunch of... Let's get some knights of the realm. That'll do. That'll do. And Ombre du Bois is doing fine. Okay, we're good. Research available. Yes, we did cheer up the elves, supposedly. So now, I guess we're heading for unification. But actually, I kind of like Paravan just sort of hanging out. I don't see the point in taking him over. It doesn't really make much difference. Desert Purge. That's against... Ooh, this is against Dark Elves. Yeah, we want the Secure Shores Decree. Because extra leadership and melee defense against Dark Elves is going to be very, very useful. So let's do that. We don't have the sewer cleaning decree for the for dealing with Skaven either. Only because it's extra leadership against Skaven, which isn't really that important. But it doesn't do untainted faction wide, which is nice. It's just a good thing to do. Just a very important thing to do. in Bretonnia. Bretonnia does have a Skaven problem, historically. You know, it was the Red Pox. It was the aftermath of the Red Pox that sort of gave rise to Musions. Who was it? Oh, I forgot his bloody name. It began with an M. It began with an M. Hang on.
2 hours later.
Merivech of Musion. He was the last Duke of Musion. He was unaffected by the Red Pox, by the plague, so he was able to send troops to sally forth and bail out. I think it was I think it was Lyonesse, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it was Merivech went and helped the surrounding lords fight off the Skaven, right? When the Skaven invaded after the Red Pox, which is a, you know, plague of their design. And yeah, and it didn't go so well, because everyone was like, wow, you're such a great guy. You must host a dinner. And then he did, and everyone turned up, and there was just heads on pikes everywhere. It was horrific. Turned out the guy was just a horrific tyrant. And so the king called him out on it. Merivech challenged him to a duel and beheaded him. And at that point, they were like, well, that's a bit much. So, yeah, Musion just got cast out, basically. It's just been a source of constant corruption. The whole place was tainted, you know, which arguably could be why he was, you know, him and his knights were unaffected by the plague. They were already had been corrupted by some evil forces. So, you know, it's not a good place. So yeah, Merivech, that's his name. Cool name. Or Merivek, possibly. Who knows? But either way, a real Rogan, and that's what led to sort of Musion being purged of knights and yeah, left to be doomed forever without a duke. So anyway, let's crack on.
Spawn of Musilon, Bequi will feast on your entrails for even daring to be in my presence.
Hey Vlad. Don't want a peace treaty, no. Absolutely not. Sorry. Absolutely not. There we go. That's better. Eben, just taking all the territory. You know, good for you, mate. Good for you.
Yes.
And, okay, that's going to take some doing to get there. And we don't have any treaties with this lad. Although, he seems keen to give us that, so done. Not going to push my luck. And Midland, do you want to finally trade?
Of course.
He does. You say of course, like you've always been doing. Like, you won't even do a non-aggression pact with me.
Yes,
it's a weird guy.
The friendship of our great ladies has brought you passage to Athel Lauren. Nothing more.
Yes.
Never.
Ah. Dagnabbit. Also, I like that. So, the friendship of our great ladies, that is hinting at one of the explanations, right? So one of the tellings is more that the lady does exist, weirdly, even though it's supposedly a myth initially, and Ariel has met her and they're friends. Depends on the telling, depends on the additions. Like, it's Warhammer, it evolves over time. So there's a billion different tellings. Pick and choose what you like. But I like the Total War Warhammer. It just goes with whatever was sort of the most recent telling prior to the End Times, because the End Times is technically a different IP. So they actually can't use things that are directly referencing the End Times, because the End Times, like I said, is a different IP that Total War doesn't have access to, because it's Total War Warhammer, not Total War Warhammer the End Times. Different IP. I know, crazy, right? There's actually a legal distinction between the two, which I think, because the End Times is very much a move to try and kick off Age of Sigmar, right? It was a business decision. I do like that there's enough of a distinction that they can sort of save. They essentially saved the Warhammer Fantasy setting to be able to expand later, right? It's just the End Times is just a telling of how the world ended potentially, but you know, it's good. I think it's good they did that.
You stand before
but yeah, so he doesn't want anything, which I think is sad. I would quite like to be friends with the elves. I would like peace here, really. Oh, Brion. Hello, Brion. I guess you've been upgraded enough now. That's surprising, because I kind of figured they were a bit behind. Let's get some upgrades going. So, yeah, this one I'm actually just going to have a garrison, I think. I think it's probably the best thing for it. Just make sure it doesn't get taken. So, Brion, the dukedom. I was going to say kingdom. The dukedom of Brion is a founding dukedom that lies at the southern tip of Bretonia's western coast, just below the tranquil lands of Aquitaine. Being surrounded by powerful allies and far away from major threats, Brion is famous for its beautiful and tranquil landscapes, second only to its brethren within Aquitaine itself. Indeed, Brion is famous for its emphasis on making everything, from mighty castles to small towns, as clean and beautiful as possible. This beauty comes at the cost of practicality and common sense. Mighty castles are beautiful in style, but horrible at its purpose. Villages are often destroyed and rebuilt, all for the means of making it look beautiful and happy, but at the expense of the inhabitants and the coffers of the dukedom. Due to this emphasis, Brion is a vibrant follower of the arts, most particular the art of literature, poetry, and music, making the dukedom a major cultural centre within the kingdom. Its current ruler is Duke Theodoric. And Manon le Troubadour is ready for business. But yeah, so Brion, I think, but I'm not 100% on it. I might just be using that as a, you know, sort of triggered the common sense in me. Brion, I think, is the dukedom that Silostra is from. That, you know, sailed to sing to Phoenix King Finubar before getting waylaid by storms and becoming dead, but singing at the storms in order to subdue them. And Stromfels was so impressed by her voice and just complete disregard for, you know, his actions that he immortalized her. Which is, you know, interesting. Cool stuff. So, yes, so we got some more things, we got more things encountered. We met Widrioth, who's actually back here. It's because we met his agents.
Home of the Oak of Ages and the Azhag. I concur.
Good, good. That's a good start. There's someone that doesn't want to fight us. Although, let's see if Torgvan does. Torgvan really doesn't like us. I guess we'll have to wait for a bit. It is heading towards 10. It is heading towards 10. So that's not too bad. So it is trending towards a positive score, even if it's not great right now. And Archaon just bloody hates us. We're probably going to have to fight him before he'll kowtow, which is a bit upsetting, honestly. It's a little bit upsetting. So, Kiran, finally upgraded. So we can't get the big buildings yet, but that's okay. Until then, we can get a windmill, and then nothing, because we need to save 2 spots for Kiran Tournament Grounds and the Abbey of the Grail Companions, which is 2 ruddy impressive buildings. So, good stuff. And plus 10 control, wow, and as a grand, that's per turn, that's a big deal. God, Kiran can make a lot of money. Not right now, though, because all it has is a rubbish farm. And kilns, I suppose. But still.
Devotee of the
Sisters of Slaughter in here. Ugh. Dark Rise repeater crossbows are an absolute nuisance. I mean, we can kill with archers pretty easily, but they can do mad damage to cavalry. So, we'll try and keep away from Eva here. But we may end up having to fight her, who knows. So while your crew search a wreck, the deck heaves and water bursts through a rotting hull. Sorry, the rotting hull. This isn't a rotting hull, this is the hull, guys. What is left of the ship begins to sink, taking its cargo with it. Your crew only have time to salvage a few crates before the ocean claims it. But what should they save? Oh, I don't ruddy know, do I? Let's save the captain's chest. Rare maps. I mean, that does seem useful. Does seem useful up here. So, in the captain's chest are rare maps to reveal the way and unspoilt rations to feed the warriors. So, lower attrition. That's really nice. Lower upkeep, too, for everybody. I like that a lot. So, during your adventures on the high seas, you procured a bounty of rations to save off attrition and ill health. I do love these RPG elements. I really do. I really hope they lean into this in a big way. That's the thing. The next campaign, there might be some part of the Sea of Claws in Warhammer 3. But who knows, honestly, sort of what ocean areas there are going to be. So just the usual dots of treasure here. That's not going to cut it, you know? I mean, it's a cool mechanic, but they're going to have to be on land. They're going to have to add something like that. They've got to. They might not, but they really ruddy should, because this is really fun stuff. I love the RPG elements. They're really good. They make the world feel more alive. Very, very easily. Because it means that, like, you get the hint that something exists outside of just your city. And an army, you know? This is all that you get, like, told exists, really. So these little things, it just makes the world feel more alive. And that is so powerful a thing in a game like this. So, fingers crossed, guys. Fingers and toesies.
Sorceress. It shall come
Toesies
to pass.
crossed, guys. Because this is really serious. And you know it's serious because I've used the word toesies. And was that a good idea?
Unthinkable. You honor me.
It was unthinkable. You're right, Eva. I should have just relaxed. I just don't want to be in the attrition for very long. But I'm also in range and tired now. So that's probably a terrible idea. Shilfroy, you're looking a bit injured. Your boys are looking a bit hurt. And it's going to take you a while to skirt around Camperbat, isn't it? That's okay.
It shall be so.
Ooh, this is going to take a while. 3 turns for her, 6 turns for him. Yeah, it's going to take a while before we can get to Talabheim. I might have to take Vertbad on the way and get Stirland back. Because that's not the capital. So bringing Stirland back is a good idea, actually. So I think I'll head to Vertbad, bring back Stirland, and I'll head north and bring back Talabheim. And by the looks of it, Drycha is actually at war with the vampires. So that's useful. That's useful for us. Though it looks like we might have to then fight Drycha so we can give her gig back. That's right, we are a better emperor than the emperor currently. We are doing more for the emperor than the emperor is. Silly emperor. At least we're planning on doing more. Although Lewin's almost here, so yeah, Lewin will be able to help a hell of a lot. He's a strong lad. He's a strong boy. Although he's quite low on infantry, isn't he? Probably do like another spearman at arms or something. But too late, too late. We're going on a crusade.
You are a guest in my realm. You will act like it, or I will strike you down where you stand.
Hello, Tyrion. Wait, we weren't trading with you? Are you kidding me? Yeah, of course. As long as I'm trading with you, you're less likely to stab me in the back. Bloody elves. Arrogant bunch.
This is Bretonnia. I am its king. For the lady's sake, state your demand, so I can reject them.
I reject them! Lewin is a man of his word. Recruiter. Not everyone has the intelligence, wit and warmth of manner to convince others to join their cause. But the Fair Enchantress certainly does. She's very enchanting. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, let's get a Beacon of Devotion, which, you know, it's nothing really, but it does get us into these really cool abilities. Like Secrets of the Otherworld is really good. The Enchantress gathers the young and brings them to the Otherworld, where some are blessed to return as damsels. And all the boys never return. Yeah, don't be a man in Bretonnia if you're planning on being a wizard. It's a bad idea. Unless, of course, you're a nobleman, in which case you get sent to the Empire. That's what it's called. Don't know how I forgot that one. Oh, good. Yes. Brilliant. More income. We can get a windmill there. Lovely. Go. We're making some good progress here. I'm going to keep seeing that hammer and keep checking. How many turns do you reckon before we can get to the duchy capital? I reckon it's going to take a ludicrous amount of time. It really is. Also, I realised I hadn't actually been reading these. These are all specific to Khorne. So we should read these. Formed in an ancient elven stronghold many centuries ago, the city of Khorne houses the palace and ruling court of King Leoncoeur. Formed in an ancient elven strong... Really the same. Each one. They're all the same. That's a bit of a shame, actually. But hey, that's Khorne. There we go. Good times.
We have met before.
Yes, I am your king.
Favors you.
This is not surprising. I do kind of want to take the Isles of Wight. Well, the Isle of Wights, rather. Not the Isles of Wight. One island, many Wights.
Definitely not.
Oh, let's
What
get
is your
there.
behest?
Next turn, get a bunch of money, and then maybe attack somewhere. Because it looks like... It really does look like Rakarth is just completely preoccupied fighting Norsca, which is really rather annoying. Alright, Khorran has a fantastic garrison. We don't need to worry about that one bit. So, I was just wondering, do we need to build walls here? But, nah, we're fine. One thing I do want to build, though, is the Pegasus Eyrie. So we need 10k in a hurry. We could do it. We could do it pretty soon. But also, maybe not. Hard to say, honestly. We are so close to Werebed. So close. Alright, let's move here. So this is a bother. I would quite like to take Isabella. Hopefully she'll move to Vertbad so I can take, you know, I can get the whatever bonus for killing her is. Hopefully I can get that, as well as bring Sterling back. But we'll see, I suppose. We'll see. And yet Mary Jackson's still just chilling. Slowly recruiting troops, though. It's a problem. Oops. Didn't mean to click on that. So we are building a garrison beyond, so we should have an ample garrison to fight off, like, weird ragtag nonsense armies. I don't like that Bedequint is hanging out here. So let's have a look. So I can't get paladins here. Aquitaine? Nope. Kind of Baston, though. And I can also upgrade that, which is going to cost me too much money, so I'm not going to bother. Paladin. I do want to get some paladins for... Oh, and let's go with the melee attack one. Good. I don't want to get a paladin for the Fey Enchantress. She should have a couple of paladins escorting her, really. She really should. But I can't get to. I know.
Defender of the week.
Very sad. Defender of the week. And the Fey Enchantress, as the case may be. So send her over there. Send him over there.
I am the blood of
And I think that's it for the turn again. I think we're done. Wonderful. Louen Leoncoeur is on the move. I hadn't moved him, apparently. My bad. He's making progress, all good. Okay, secure Shaw's decree. Brilliant. So we've really upset the Dark Elves, but we're already at war with all of our neighbouring ones anyway. So that's fine. I don't know what this guy's doing, but this is nothing. Don't have to care about that at all. This army is pathetic. But yeah, more melee defense against Dark Elves, really good. And extra chivalry for fighting them. Which is what we're after. We're on 1300 now. I mean, technically one off, but we're on 1300 now. It's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. And there's Isabella. And there's Vlad. Vlad we can ignore. And we can go fight Isabella. Except we don't have... Ooh, okay. Ugh. We don't have Siege Attacker. We need Louis. Come on, Louis. And, okay, you can move to there. That'll do, I suppose. I mean, I would like some replenishment, actually, but we can't do that. So, yeah, we want to get over here with Chilfoy. And we can attack these with Louen.
The lady's chosen.
The lady's chosen. Chosen what? I would actually quite like Louis to take Vlad anyway, because having quick recovery time would be great. If we ever lose Louen, we can get it back the next turn. You know, that's a huge deal. That is so beneficial. Also, more farms, lovely. And Royal Barracks sound good, but I think I'm going to save the money because I do want to try and get the Pegasus Eyrie building next turn, because we really do need one of those. Also, a coaching it might be nice to keep everyone happy nearby. Because, yeah, there is a slight attitude problem amongst our peasants right now. Everyone is a little bit upset. But I think that's because I did upset them. I did anger the gods a bit. So, still, do want to remedy that. Alright, seriously? Seriously, Mary?
No! I'm surrounded by fools!
Seriously, Mary? No! I'm surrounded by fools. Nothing serious about them. Like, oh, okay. Thanks. Cool. It's good to know. Okay, so now... I mean, some walls on Castle Carcassonne would be good. Because it would be good to up the defences a bit. Because I can't really afford to grow it up again, you know. I want to make sure it's in good shape, because this is defending our southern borders from all of the rapscallions. That's right, rapscallions. They're scallions who rap.
Your coming was for
Right. Good. Treasure. Hello, treasure. So, pirate coves are some of the world's most elusive places, where the wealth of local sea brigands is secretly kept and fiercely defended. It seems that today may be your lucky day, as your lookout in the Crow's Nest claims to have spotted one, a small island cave next to which a black ship is moored. The ship belongs to an infamous fleet of vampire pirates, and it appears that there are zombie deckhands transferring treasure chests onto the ship right now. It's an opportunity for a big payday, but these unliving sea dogs certainly won't give up their wealth too easily. We're going to have to fight this, because this is going to be pretty painful, I think. If we auto-resolve, we're going to lose a lot of guys. A lot of guys. Yeah. Alright then. You know what? Short episode. Yeah, that's right. Short episode today. Deal with it. So yeah, we're going to carry on with this in the next one. And we can start with a big old battle, and we'll make a lot of money. Like a lot of money. Which means we can hopefully get the Pegasus Eyrie and a bunch of other stuff all sorted out, which is really good. That's really, really good. So I'm very pleased about that. Also, this guy is called Benny Booty Catcher, which is a hell of a sexual boast. So we're going to put this guy in his place. It's very disrespectful. So guys, if you enjoyed this, comment, like, subscribe, and do it for the lady. Yeah, that's right. That's a thing now. Take care.